I got to move on. And everything in your body says, don't, you can't. And these are my kids. So
all those Star Wars films.
All the Star Wars films.
They were your kids.
Yeah, well, they are right. You know, I loved them. I created them. I'm very intimately involved in them, and obviously to
and
sell
you
them
sold
off.
them.
Yep.
I sold them to the white slavers that take these things and.
Well, hello, kiddies. It's your friendly neighborhood watchman here with you today to discuss this article from The Hollywood Reporter that has spread around the internet and Star Wars fandom regarding George Lucas backing the Disney Company and its CEO, the wokest of the woke, and of course I'm talking about Bob Iger. So, Lucas, if he's truly unhappy, had a chance, a window of opportunity to side with these activist investors led by Nelson Peltz, assuming that that group is the opposite of what the Disney Company and its CEO, Bob Iger, has and is been pushing, this woke ideology, DEI nonsense, and if Peltz would just shut that down and allow Lucas to have a significant say, if not head, the Star Wars department within Disney. I mean, I'm sure he could come to them and say, hey, I'll support you guys if you support me. I want to get away from this woke crap, from this crap that Disney has been putting out involving Star Wars. I would think he's smart enough to at least ask questions. And if they weren't keen on the idea, then I couldn't stand him wanting to be with, well, the devil you know, as they say. That's a lot of assumptions. And that's giving Lucas the benefit of the doubt. Some fans have theories he's being forced to support Iger and the Disney Company, but being they have no inside information, no first-hand knowledge, and no second-hand knowledge of that being true, have to file it under rumors. What we do know, however, is that George Lucas has put his full support behind the Disney Company and Bob Iger. So, with that being said, let's get into this article from The Hollywood Reporter with the byline from Alex Weepfriend with the heading, George Lucas backs Disney and Bob Iger in proxy fight. Quote, creating magic is not for amateurs. End quote. The filmmaker, Star Wars creator, and Disney shareholder released a statement in support of the company and its woke CEO on Tuesday morning. There's a disturbance in the force, and George Lucas wants to help correct the problem. The Star Wars and Indiana Jones filmmaker is weighing in on the Walt Disney Company's ongoing proxy fight with activist investors, and he is throwing his support firmly behind CEO Bob Iger and Disney's board. Quote, creating magic is not for amateurs. When I sold Lucasfilm just over a decade ago, I was delighted to become a Disney shareholder because of my longtime admiration for its iconic brand and Bob Iger's leadership, Lucas said in a statement on Tuesday. When Bob recently returned to the company during a difficult time, I was relieved. No one knows Disney better. I remain a significant shareholder because I have full faith and confidence in the power of Disney and Bob's track record of driving long-term value. Lucas must be hitting some shrooms or something at Skywalker Ranch. I have voted all of my shares for Disney's 12 directors and urge other shareholders to do the same. End quote. Oh shit. This is a far different cry after Lucas sold his Star Wars IP to Disney and referring to them as white slavers. But I digress. Lucas is a high-profile name to support Iger and Disney, following similar statements of support from the family of Walt and Roy Disney last month. Not to mention the shareholder services firm Glass Lewis, which released its recommendation to support the Disney board this week. Disney is facing a proxy fight against two activists, the corporate raider Nelson Peltz and Blackwell's Capital. Notably, Peltz has billions of dollars in shares by Ike Perlmutter, who, like Lucas, sold his company, Marvel, to Disney and became a major shareholder. Perlmutter remained with Disney until being laid off last week. It is not clear how much Disney stock Lucas owned, but when the company acquired Lucasfilm for $4 billion, the deal included about $1.8 billion in stock. Marvel, similarly, was acquired for about $4 billion. Disney has been aggressively pushing back against the activists, not only outlining a strategic game plan, but framing them as being more self-interested than pro-Disney. That's the end of this THR article. So I want to briefly swing over to AOL, which discusses a little bit more from the Nelson Peltz angle and his hedge fund called Trian Partners. Disney and Iger have faced criticism from Peltz and his hedge fund Trian Partners, or Trian Partners, tomato, tomato. As the two sides continue to engage in the proxy fight that began at the end of November of last year. The firm has put forward Peltz and former Disney CFO James Rasulo as board nominees as part of the proxy fight, saying they will help, quote, restore the magic, end quote, at the entertainment giant. In a Monday letter to Disney shareholders, Trian argued that the Disney company has lost its way and its financial performance has deteriorated, including the value of its stock. It specifically raised issues with box office performance, streaming, and linear TV. The firm said Peltz and Rasulo would bring focus, alignment, and accountability to the company's boardroom if elected. Disney has argued that the board nominees of Trian and another separate activist investor do not have the qualifications or experience to be effective Disney directors and could disrupt the company's significant progress, something the activist investors have pushed back on. The company has also told investors its strategic transformation is working. The Disney company has also told investors its strategic transformation is working, and its board and management, quote, are delivering on our commitments to create superior, sustainable shareholder value, end quote.
Say what?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I just said that, bitch! In addition to Lucas, others have stood by Disney and its CEO Bob Iger in recent weeks, including Disney family members, the aforementioned Walt and Roy Disney, and J.P. Morgan Chase Bank's CEO Jamie Dimon. Glass Lewis, a proxy voting advisory firm, also recently recommended that Disney shareholders side with the entertainment giant slate in the board vote. The proxy fight between Trian and Disney is expected to come to a head at the entertainment giant's shareholder meeting in early April. The firm, which controls $3.5 billion worth of Disney stock, mounted a proxy fight last year as well. Both Disney and Trian have been issuing communications to shareholders in the meantime. And there you have it, folks. At one time, it looked like Nelson Peltz and his Trian company and the other investors had a chance of wresting control from Bob Iger, but now, with George Lucas coming out in full support of Disney and its CEO and Bob Iger, along with the family members of Roy and Walt Disney and J.P. Morgan Chase, it now looks to be an uphill battle if it already wasn't before. I know a lot of former Disney fans, including Star Wars fans, especially of the pre-Disney franchise, would like to envision Star Wars continuing without the woke nonsense and under the guidance of Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy. And we'd rather have Jon Favreau and maybe George Lucas himself more invested, more involved, and more in control of where the franchise will be heading. But Star Wars fans, we'll have to wait and see how this will play out. Hope for the best, but expect the worst, which will be a continuation of the Kathleen Kennedy forces female bullshit. So folks, we've come to the end of this video. If you're a Star Wars fan and like to share your thoughts, feel free to comment. In regards to how you feel about George Lucas supporting Disney and Bob Iger, which in turn would mean Kathleen Kennedy. Now hit that like button, and please support the channel, if you haven't already, by hitting that subscribe button. Lick it, kiss it, caress it, smack it, whack it, attack it. And click on the notification bell, so that you'll always be forewarned whenever I'm about to drop another video. And as always, stay safe, and I bid you peace.
As the creator of Mara Jade,
Wait! I am not the creator of Mara Jade, and I want you to get out of this office right now.
I'm sorry, Zed.
No way.
You brought
No
it on
way.
You brought it on yourself.
I don't want you here.
I'm so
Out.
sorry, George. I didn't think it would go like this.
Out.
Zed, I got your voucher.
Out!
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.